What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Here's a big subject we had not had a chance yet to talk about at the channel, but I knew it wouldn't take long, and we got to it in the first week. Officially now, Marvel Studios has delayed Blade, which was set to start filming at the end of this month. We're going to talk about why. Also, official announcements in here for Blade and the Thunderbolts. This coming from the Hollywood Reporter, and regarding the writer's strike, as pervasive as it is here now in the US, you even have other parts of the globe standing in solidarity. I'm very clearly on the side of the writers, regardless of what it means for delays in Hollywood, but I have some really good news as it pertains to the history of writer strikes and what it means for these delays for Marvel Studios and us as fans when we can expect things to maybe get back on track. We're breaking it all down in the latest announcements. Marvel Studios has officially delayed their first project, what it means for others coming in Phase 5. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. In fact, we just announced a brand new winner in our video this morning about Spider-Man 4's announcement. I'll make sure to link that at the end of this. Again, all you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment on this video, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this breaking literally in the last 20 minutes. It'll be a little bit longer than that by the time the video gets put up. From the Hollywood Reporter, quote, Marvel Studios hits pause on Blade due to writer's strike exclusive, where they go on to say the studio, whose creative process involves rewrites and experimentation on set, is still gearing up to shoot Deadpool 3 and Thunderbolts in the coming weeks. Quote, the writer's strike has taken a bite out of Blade. Marvel Studios is shutting down pre-production on its vampire thriller starring Mahershala Ali, which was set to begin filming next month in Atlanta. The feature project, which has already been paused once before, becomes the first tentpole movie impacted by the writer's strike. Cast and crew members are being notified this afternoon. Blade had recently hired True Detective creator Nick Pizzolatto to work on the script, but according to an insider, quote, time simply ran out. The studio will start the production once the strike is over. They then go on to aptly point out that while some studios have 1 or 2 movies going into production, Marvel is seemingly propping up the industry by planning on having 3 movies shooting at the same time, not to mention 2 series. Even with Blade shut down, it's gearing up for one of its busiest times in the entire company's history with everything they've got going on. Captain America New World Order is currently still filming in Atlanta. TV shows like Agatha Coven of Chaos are also shooting in Atlanta. Wonder Man is over in LA. Deadpool 3 is expected to go in front of cameras later this month in London. They also mentioned Thunderbolts is set to hit Atlanta in June. And now, according to them, everything is still on track with Thunderbolts and Deadpool still set to start filming. And in just a second, I'm going to talk about what they actually can do for rewrites on set, even though they don't have the writers, but why I think they won't do that. Now, if you're curious, they also mentioned the Fantastic Four, which they say is in the midst of the most closely watched casting search since Marvel hired Tom Holland to play Spider-Man 8 years ago. And I would say that's about true, is eyeing a January 2024 start date in London. That could change if the strike were to drag on and on for 6 months or more, though according to sources, that's seen as unlikely because the last writer's strike, guys, only lasted 100 days. And really, it has to do with what the entire strike has to do with in the first place. I think this is a great time to mention, if I didn't already during the prologue, that I stand with the writers. I am a writer myself. This is all about money. There are multiple billions of dollars at stake just in the lost production costs, having to lay people off, bringing people back onto projects, firing them in the first place, the rehiring. This is very, very impactful on the industry. That's why it's such a big deal. And because of the amount of money that's at stake and how much is being lost daily by these huge corporations, they say here it's seen as unlikely it would drag on for 6 months. The last one was settled in 100 days. Not to say that this one will be settled in the same amount of time, but it stands to reason that there's a certain amount of money where it makes sense to give that money to the writers through a new negotiation than to lose it simply holding out. And as soon as X becomes bigger than Y, one of those being what they're losing daily, the other being what they could just pay writers to get it back started. Well, they've got guys way smarter than me, making a lot more money than me working this out in the lawyer's office, but it doesn't take a genius to see they're going to lose money either way. Might as well just pay the writers. And I surely hope that they can see the value of the writers as needed, because there are things they can do to circumvent when writers go on strike. Some of you may remember the quality of TV writing and dialogue during the last strike, and it was absolutely atrocious. As far as movies go, and as far as Marvel Studios, if they want to push, say, the Thunderbolts and Deadpool, as reported here, to filming, The director is allowed to handle the rewrites because technically he's not a writer. Marvel Studios can't hire new writers to work on these scripts. They agree to use union writers and the union is on strike, but the director, also part of his job description, is rewrite. So he can do that. Someone like Sean Levy, who's directing the upcoming Deadpool 3, is still allowed to make those changes. But as we're seeing recently here with Guardians of the Galaxy, and as I mentioned, I think very, very succinctly during my post-credit scene breakdown, is that these movies are much better when written by one singular solid voice or a writing team like Marcus and McFeely, who has a penmanship to almost everything. Yeah, Marvel Studios was writing part of these during the Infinity Saga, but not the way they were recently. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania suffered because of the constant rewrites, and as we heard from Xochitl Gomez, she just tweeted out in defense of Michael Waldron during Multiverse of Madness that that thing was rewritten 33 times. And it's shocking to me that that movie could even hold any semblance of being as solid as it was when you're just homogenizing something and putting it through a ringer where there are too many people working on a script. I think the script suffers. So while there are things Marvel Studios can do to circumvent the writer's strike and continue to do their writer by committee, it would be in their best interest to bring the writers back ASAP. Really, everybody's best interest to bring the writers back ASAP. Because so much money is being lost by the day, it's not going to be too long before they work this out. And I don't think the writers are asking for too much. It's just a shame that it has to come to this where they actually have to strike to get anything done, but that's why they're doing it. You guys let me know all your thoughts down below. As always, quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we are still giving away a PlayStation 5, and we'll keep giving them away here at the channel. We just announced a brand new winner yesterday. If you missed that, I'll link that video at the end of this. It's the post-credit scene breakdown for Guardians of the Galaxy. If you want to be entered to win the next one, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. Also, guys, remember, all winners will be announced live with my voice and the comment shown on screen. Again, we just announced one yesterday, so if you want to see what that looks like, click on the post-credit scene breakdown for Guardians of the Galaxy. Apparently, the spam comments that were so prevalent last year and that seemingly went away in the last couple of months are back. Try to remember that no YouTuber will ever contact you in the comments and tell you that you've won. No YouTuber will ever ask you to contact them on a third-party app like WhatsApp or Telegram. I certainly won't. And no YouTuber, myself included, will ever ask you to pay for shipping. If you should get a comment like that on my channel or really anywhere on YouTube, just simply report the comment right there to YouTube. They do a great job of banning those accounts very quickly, and you're really doing me and the rest of the people at YouTube a service because none of the other people will have to see that account no matter where they've commented. And as much time as I spend daily cleaning those comments up, I can't do it 24 hours a day, even with my mod team and editor. There's still going to be times where they post in the middle of the morning and everyone's sleeping. So reporting those comments is the best thing to do for the community, and I sincerely appreciate it. Sorry for the inconvenience. My name is Michael Roman. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. Thanks for checking out the channel, guys. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.